and Machine can get a lot done here.
I feel like this would be a good map for a sloshing machine, actually, because it is a tight CQB map with a lot of little corners and alleyways that you could do engagements like that in. If they bring out the sloshing machine, we'll see if they can, as one would say, take them to the cleaners. We do see some sloshers, and we see some shooters, and then yeah, the colors don't match up. But okay, there we go. But someone at Inkxiety Sirens, I think has a splatling of some sort. That is a good pick for this mode, but I'm not sure if what Healthy Diet Food Groups is planning without a backliner type weapon. Maybe they're just planning on playing super aggressively, and it looks like they're paying off since they've already taken the tower.
Yeah, the Healthy Diet, of course, are going very, very aggressive here. You know, no backliner. They've got Tri-Plus Slosher Deco, so a very aggressive team. Crane already going in with the Burst Bomb Rush, taking out on the other side, but that should be Combo trying to take down this push, but it's still 2v2 here. This fight could go either way, but it looks like Inkxiety are going to be slowing down the push enough to stop it. Ed dropping down, has the armor ready with Combo, trying to take control of mid, and does pop it, so that will be mid control taken as two go down, one spawning Healthy Diet, and that will be Inkxiety retaking control of the tower in the first minute of the game. They have control of mid, but you know, Healthy Diet coming back out, and that's going to be double going down. This is a really scrappy fight going backwards and forwards there. That's going to be Healthy Diet taking it back, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see Inkxiety, you know, push it back from their spawn in a second.
Yeah, good stuff from Ebbs. They were just not giving Healthy Diet any breathing room, and they allowed Inkxiety to sort of make a good push, but they haven't gained any points. And now Healthy Diet's got an InkStorm, and we'll see if that's going to be used effectively. But Inkxiety Sirens clapping back. This is very much a battle of old school versus new school here. They're trying to find a pocket to push in, but it's kind of hard because Healthy Diet has just been hyperactive all over. But now with Lucifer on the tower, it looks like they're about to take the lead. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Inkxiety getting a full team wipe once, and they might get another one here. Not quite getting three, but the Slosher Deco still lives. But they are going to be getting a lot of space now, and getting a lot of progress on this tower. Potentially taking down this, I believe, second checkpoint here. Lucifer is going to be still on this tower, just unstoppable, but Ziff trying to get in, but that's going to be Lucifer immediately kiting back, but unfortunately taking down Combo. That's going to be both the shooters going down from Inkxiety, but Brit and Lucifer staying in with the machine and battling, and that's going to be what they do. Brit, unfortunately, is the last one left alive, so he's going to be retreating back to mid with the one he has. Not trying to, you know, just lose all of mid though and backing off. Hopefully trying to lose the slosh here, but not quite finding it. But, you know, pushing them back enough to allow his team to come back in is exactly what he needs to do. But a bit too greedy there, gets taken out by this platform, but that's going to be what he needs to do to, you know, even it up for his team, as Combo is going to be trying to fight these sloshers on the left there.
Push though, Inkxiety's only got 16 left. If Healthy Diet wants to make up that deficit, they're going to need to go crazy with the type of aggressive brand of play that they're going for. That really only works if the team isn't coordinated, so you gotta sort of take them by surprise, maybe take some flanking routes, use specials really well. Yeah, they had a bomb rush, but it looks like they lost it as Brit came out with a slosher. And the tower is going to be reset, and honestly, Inkxiety could just play really good defense, and if they're smart about their defense, they could just win the match with 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, for sure, but you definitely don't want to give up too much space, you know. If you're defending too far backwards and you give too much space and get wiped, then it can go really, really south very quickly. But that's going to be Inkxiety still here. Unfortunately, getting taken down by some specials. That's going to be, you know, that's going to be the Healthy Diet all pushing up together. The Elves find two, but they do lose one themselves, so it's still going to be a fairly even fight as the armor does get popped here. Lucifer just staying back, looking for the booyah, you know, not trying to go too far forwards, finding the perfect situation to use it, waiting for the team to get ready, and I believe it's going to be popped here as the rest of Inkxiety get forward. Yeah, but unfortunately, Ev's going down, because it's going to be a 3v4 fight with the booyah bomb for this defense, as the Sloshers still finding a lot of space and no one being taken out on Healthy Diet yet.
And they are starting to get closer, but yeah, it looks like they're getting trouble, I guess, holding the tower, mainly because, yeah, they don't have weapons that can cover at range, and especially Lucifer on the Inkxiety Sirens is doing a good job at covering from different angles, and then the missiles just sort of seal the deal as well. And now Inkxiety Sirens is pushing the tower back. I'm not sure that they're going for a knockout because they don't want to take too many risks that would render them vulnerable. But yeah, they're definitely. Oh my goodness, Lucifer, slow down.
Yeah, Lucifer just holding the back perfectly, you know, always finding people that are overextending and always picking them off, you know. They have the Booyah Bomb for the last minute of the game, and this is looking all Inkxiety right now. Unfortunately, the Junior on the flank is going to be taken out. People trying to go towards tower, and multiple are going down for Inkxiety, but the GG Booyah's going to be ready, but I don't know if you're going to be able to find anything left, you know, the team's all down. All left alone is Lucifer. They would find one pick, but Healthy Die is still getting off the job, and no, Brit on the angle, cleaning up there. Brit having a killer game, 18 KA as that ended.
That was a really good effort. I liked that. I liked that a lot, actually. Yeah, but just surviving the Booyah Bomb, trying to push forward, but yeah, Inkxiety Sirens just locked it down. Like I said, that's why you sort of need at least one long-range weapon for tower control, even for a map like Mango Mart, because you're going to want to defend the tower and attack the tower from range, and Healthy Diet food groups couldn't really do that. I guess you could say they tried to add some exercise into their regimen, but they just ran out of breath.
We should not stop over these puns, but I think one thing that I love to see there is Inkxiety as a whole, and especially Brit, just never giving up too much ground when they lose people. You know, I think on their initial push that got them to 16, you know, they lost a couple of people, but they held their ground. They didn't just immediately back up and immediately try and stay alive, because they realized that even if we get taken out here, it's not going to be the end of the world. We might try, you know, might as well still try and take some space and put some pressure on. And a lot of the times, those situations just turned into wins for them. Brit just felt like he was always staying, you know, in some place to be a nuisance to them. You know, they had a really, really hard time removing him, a really hard time, you know, getting him out of their hair, but he was always on some angle where they couldn't take him out or in some really hard position, and that's why he was able to do so much work. 18 KA, that's a lot of work done. And again, Ken's the Machine just being able to do so much on a map load like that. So, you know, really, really putting his weapon to use.
Oh, definitely. Brit was doing a really good job at just harassing HDF, just giving them, like, no time to think. And then Lucifer with the Splatling just holding it down. Like, if those two players were kind of off, if the Splatling was just missing its shots and there wasn't too much pressure and coordination, HDF probably could have won that first game. But it's because they were on it that they were able to win, and I wouldn't say win easily, but definitely convincingly.
Yeah, it definitely did look, you know, the game at one point it did look scary for Inkxiety, but they had control for most of the game. You know, they looked strong for most of it. I believe that, you know, Inkxiety is a sort of team where they have a lot of control, but every now and then they find situations to show bit. Is that going to be Ziff coming out of the Neo Sploosh-O-Matic? I'm personally not a fan of seeing it. I think, you know, if you're looking for the Sploosh, you might as well go with the bottom of the bomb and the hammer, but, you know, Ziff's going for it here, and I respect that, you know. Going to be pushing up here and trying to find some places happen, but finding a trade immediately. Now to the Inkxiety, finding two and taking control of mid. We're going to have to see what Ziff's going to try and do with this weapon in this game.
Oh yes, Zones on Black Belly is that map mode combo. It just promotes, encourages, incentivizes chaos in close quarters battles. So, whereas Healthy Diet food groups, their playstyle could not have worked well the first game, they might be able to make something work here. That said, Inkxiety Sirens takes an early lead as they're able to position themselves, and they're just getting their shots off better than HDF right now.
Yeah, they're getting a lot done right now. They're able to find their engagement. That was a really nice drop down from Krim. Able to drop down and take down to immediately. Really, really clean, you know, giving his team the advantage after losing one. Gonna be looking for Brit here as he does take down Brit too. Krim really cleaning up his team. Is he gonna find the delayed wipe? Not yet. He knows his ground, not going for the greedy wipe. You know, my team's got enough, I'm not going to feed into this machine, and that's what he does. His team's set up on top mid now. They have good control, but they're still going to need to find some space and some more picks, but that bomb stayed in a bit too long, and that's going to be edging the situation for her team to just get right in now.
Triple from Krim was just really, really nice. Yeah, this is the chaos that we're trying to see from Healthy Diet food groups. Now they're making it work. Now they're more coordinated. Their playstyle, like, is tailored for this map and mode. But Inkxiety's just clapping back. They just need to take control of the zone if they want to develop their lead, sort of brush off their deficit. But HDF is now in the lead, and Yeah, if they can just yeah, there we go. If they can aim true and they just position themselves well, they'll win. And now Janora's got an Inkjet, and they're just gonna have to wait for the right opportunity to pop.
Yeah, Healthy Diet back in control now. They're going to go even as they get a trade now, but, you know, the Inkjet, they're going to get a lot done, but that Ink Armor is going to make it very hard to do a lot of work on Inkjet. They're holding the Inkjet for now, hoping to try and take down some Ink Armors. Inkxiety not yet finding anything with the armor. That's going to still be giving a lot of points over to Healthy Diet as they get a slow push here. One going down, and this Neo Spruce will be going down, and it looks like Inkxiety will flip over control, but, you know, a bit late, so giving up a lot of control over to Healthy Diet will be crucial, as now it looks like they're going to be taken out, and that might be Healthy Diet reclaiming control immediately.
Yeah. And I saw one of the players in Healthy Diet food groups going for a flanking route, just holding that down. One thing they're going to need to be careful of, if they want to keep the lead, is just making sure they know where the enemy is so that they can react. Anticipating the enemy is not enough. They're probably definitely communicating all of that, but yeah, it's just mainly about seeing where any offensive efforts might come from, and just coming up with a plan to just shut that down immediately. It looks like Inkxiety Sirens is starting to regain some momentum, but Healthy Diet Food Groups is not going to give that up anytime soon.
Yeah, Healthy Diet food groups is still, you know, keeping control, not letting Inkxiety get on space, delaying that push by just always keeping the zone neutral, and they can't get any space. And Lucifer popping that splashdown in front of two people, that's going to get taken out. You know, it's 2020, we're not playing the game in the ancient times anymore. Splashdowns get taken down.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
And that's going to be Healthy Diet getting some control in, but it's still pretty scrappy in mid. They might lose this as Inkjet again gets punished by Ebbs. Ebbs, I feel like, you know, this game has been playing her role perfectly. Always punishing people, not taking engagements they can't, but I mean, if you're playing well, but 3 bursts will come in your face from Crim, that's going to be hard to deal with. But again, back and forth, it's so scrappy. One person goes down to the next person, to the next person. It's so hard to tell who's going to come out in this fight here.
Crim is not using a sloshing machine, but they are just taking Inkxiety Sirens to the cleaners right now. They really need to find a way to, and yeah, they try to flank, but that's gonna, yeah, Ziff tries to shut that down, but they know that the bases are covered everywhere, and they just need to find an opportunity to hit something far.
Yeah, they need to try and hit something here, and it looks like this L3 zone one is going to need to be what they need to take out, and they do. They take out 3. That's perfect. One going down, that's something Inkxiety will make it hard for them to get full control, but it's still looking really, really good for them as they stay in the side of the enemy team now. Conroe pushing up and able to take out the sploosh. Perfect from him, but unfortunately getting taken out will be a trade. But Inkxiety still up 1 member in a 3v2 situation, just trying to keep control, keep pushing onto their side as they go down below the 50s. This might be the control they need to secure the game. It's going into overtime most likely though, so it's looking dangerous. Crew getting taken out mid-bomb rush. As long as they can control this zone, there should be Inkxiety to clean up the game. The fighting Ziff! You couldn't expect it!
Saving the match! Oh my goodness! That was so clutch! That was really nice. And yeah, Ziff was just taking so many opportunities to try to go for a flank throughout the match. And they finally found something that they could capitalize on, just running up on the Inkxiety players from behind and just going, you think you're safe? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, that entire game, I feel like we saw Ziff trying to flank and trying to find some situations to get behind people, but constantly getting shut down by Inkxiety. You know, they're not going to get memed on by Sploosh the entire game. And then overtime, you know, hits, they're all trying to control zone. They're not checking that Neo Sploosh flank for once. And that's exactly when Ziff comes through. Last second clutch. You know, that game looked like it was going Inkxiety. I thought that was going to be cleaned up there, but Ziff just finding 3 with the Neo Sploosh flank and instantly claiming the zones was exactly what they needed to clutch up the game.
That was
and that's
hard.
what they needed to bring it to a game 3 now. So this is going to be, you know, very, very winnable for Healthy Diet. If they, you know, they're able to take more control of this game and, you know, have a cleanest game, then they could definitely take this to Inkxiety. Inkxiety going to need to come back from that.
Yeah, hang that up in the Louvre. Like, straight up, it's not like Ziff was being, like, unproductive before. They were playing a good match. But they really, really wanted to catch them off guard because they knew that that was going to give them what they needed to seal the match. And you know what they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And Ziff tried again, and finally got it the moment when it counted. So props to them. Props to the entirety of Healthy Diet food groups showing us how a chaotic playstyle can work. And it was tailored to this map and mode. Coming into game 3, whatever it's going to be, they need to see if they can't adjust themselves to make it work here. But they very well could keep it up. Oh god, Clam Blitz on the Reef. Yeah, this is something they could do. This is something they could do. Of course, Inkxiety is going to want to get revenge, but this is something that's totally doable. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
Clamor's not. I think we see some interesting weapon picks coming out of Healthy Diet. 2 splash wall weapons, so a bit of a lack of bombs. You have the Kenza L3 and the Blue Deco, so definitely some interesting picks. You know, I'm interested why they picked the Kenza L3 over either of the other variants, but we'll have to see how that pans out here with the hammer and the splash wall. They're going to be taking it into control of mid, but unfortunately going a bit too far as the junior player and getting taken down. Azal's now looking for a place on the flank, but he is able to find it, but not 4 of his teammates go down, so that's going to be inside time. Trying to take control of mid, but unfortunately getting punished by one of the members. I think that's going to be Healthy Diet getting the first control. Azalf now needs to keep control of mid and not go too far into his buckets. Yeah,
Azalf is going to want to choose their moment. They've got the power clam, but they don't want to push right away because Inkxiety is just, and they're going to get taken out by Conroe. Conroe getting another pick, and they're going to want to shut down another power clam as well. But the whole thing is, it's not enough to defend really well, but they need to put some points on the board as well. And I don't know who's picking up clams on the side of Inkxiety. Everyone seems to have a little bit, but it doesn't look like that's enough. And as soon as Healthy Diet Food Group has an opening, they could get the early lead.
Yeah, the clam economy, as you could call it, definitely in favor of Healthy Diet right now. Scoring their first clam and still having 9 mini clams go in is big, but Crim just going all the way in, not really paying attention. Bro, and just getting taken out. Sif trying to find someone on the angle, but it's not the biggest push in the world. It's an opening push for sure, but unless they would find something big here, this isn't going to be massive. But Azaf on the angle, try and find something to able to get all the clams in. Actually, that was really nice from Azaf. Realizing people on the angle, able to get a lot of points. Actually, that was actually a lot of points that Azaf, just kind of stole out of nowhere for Inkxiety. They're going to need a lot bigger push than hopefully they anticipated now.
And yeah, it was all about staying alive. It was all about keeping the timer up. Yeah, as soon as they knew that, this push was over, they retreated just to pick up more clams. And now Inkxiety has a lot of clams, and they're going to score. But with how defensively they've been playing, I'm not sure how much more they're going to put on the board, especially because Healthy Diet Food Group is scattered everywhere across the map. They can see everything, and that's allowed them to just stop any further pushes. So now it's going to be about, do they want to play defensively? Do they want to keep the lead, knowing that as long as they position themselves well, Inkxiety isn't going to be able to score too much more? Or are they going to try to just sort of dig their lead in further?
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see it, as Inkxiety will take down one of the members, giving them an opening to push forward, but not taking as much space they can. They're going to need to find this punish on the junior, I believe it is here, and yeah, exactly what they do, gives them more control, but unfortunately the machine gun down, they don't have too much control of that flat right now, they're getting some control of the map, but they need to get control of that flat, they need to stop pushes, but that's not what they're going to be able to do. The Kenza L3's on the side, able to take down multiple, and find a lot of space here, finding another is going to be I can't pronounce the name, but the Kenza L3, now looking on the flank, but unfortunately, not enough plans to really get a push going, only 9 ready, there's a lot in mid. If they can get those picks and keep the clams and keep the pressure, then they're going to be able to get a good big push. But they need to get that going here to actually get something ready. But not quite finding anything yet is going to be Healthy Diet. But they do definitely have something close if they can get it in.
They just got a power clam, as does Azelf. Janor was doing a good job just keeping the team occupied so that those power clams could be picked up. But now the power clam carriers are being pushed back, but they have armor. So it's going to be about being smart, finding holes in the defense. Ziff taking out Conroe there. Azelf on the front lines, trying to make something work. Crim with the baller, just as a good distraction. And we see both of the power clams scored, taking out that deficit. But now they're going to want to score more clams, and they don't really seem to be finding any. And is that just going to be it for that push?
I mean, that was a massive push coming out from Healthy Diet.
It was.
They would find so many clams with such big opening. That, that ball and making a lot of space and getting such a big push was really, really nice. And, they were able to do a lot there. They managed to get a ton of clams in, and going into the last minute of the game, Inkxiety are going to need a monster push to steal this. And looking at the clam economy, I don't think it's going to be them getting the monster push. We might get another huge push coming out from Jorna. Jinora and the rest of Healthy Diet here if they would find something big. Inkxiety though getting a lot of control here. They need to find the picks too, but the members of Healthy Diet just don't seem to be getting taken down. They must have extra HP from all the vegetables they've been eating or something, because they're able to just stay up through all that damage and get all the way back into the base.
Are they gonna
be a 3v1?
Are they gonna try to push more?
I wouldn't blame them here. They've got another clam Crim on the angle. They might find it here, but you know they don't need it in the last 10 seconds. We're gonna have to see what they look for. Going into the last 10 seconds,
if I was them, I would just hoard clams and just prevent them from scoring. But it looks like they wanna. It looks like they wanna make a final statement. And are they gonna do it at the last minute? Hey! Oh, that was really nice. That was just like, yeah, this is gonna be a good way to just add some wrapping on the gift that was this set. Brilliant stuff to Healthy Diet food groups. A victory for good habits and health nuts everywhere. Brilliant stuff. And it was all about making that chaotic playstyle work. I like to think that that second map and mode worked really well for them, but also they were able to just find their momentum, keep themselves spread out, having good map control, having good map vision, and that just allowed them to shut down Inkxiety at